Many do not realize just how dangerous a grappler Mica Galvao is. The sudden rise of the 20-year-old Brazilian-born grappler is still a surprise to most BJJ fans, as almost nobody saw him coming. Galvao is so calm on the mat that it looks like he's almost sleeping. But when his opponent attacks, Mica always has the answer, and he executes it in a way that is unbelievable. Today, Mica is one of BJJ's most promising talents, having recently won the IBJJF European Championship at middleweight. However, Mica Galvao's journey to the top didn't start today. In fact, martial arts runs in his veins. Born Micael Ferreira Galvao on October 8, 2003 in Manaus, Brazil. His father, Melquisedeque Galvao, was the chief investigator of the special anti-kidnapping squad of the Manaus Police Department, and also a Brazilian jiu-jitsu and luta libre black belt who ran a BJJ academy in the region of Amazonas. His grandfather was also a well-known kung fu instructor. Mica took part in his first BJJ competition when he was only 4. At 11, Mica submitted all his opponents. At the Amazonian Jiu-Jitsu Championship to win his 15th BJJ title. One time, 13-year-old Mica, who was only a green belt at the time, submitted a 25-year-old brown belt with a proven competition record. When Galvao turned 16, he was promoted to purple belt and competing in the adult bracket. He won the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam in 2020. In October 2020, he was promoted to brown belt, and in May 2021, Galvao participated in Flow Grappling's Who's Number 1, defeating world nogi black belt champion and ADCC veteran Dante Leon by unanimous decision. At the age of only 17, Mica became one of the youngest to ever be awarded a black belt. Mica spent only 9 months as a brown belt and was promoted to black belt just about 3 years after he became a blue belt. Now that's impressive. As a black belt, Mica competed in and won the 2022 IBJJF World Jiu-Jitsu Championship before he tested positive for a banned substance, was stripped of his 2022 IBJJF World title, and received a 1-year suspension.
Breaking news, just like I predicted, a young black belt world champion has failed his drug test and negotiate USADA down to a 1-year suspension.
But that has in no way stopped him. Since his return, Mica has put up some dominating performance, going on to win gold in a number of competitions. With his impressive run, Mica Galvao appears to have continued from where he stopped before the suspension, as he is as devastating as ever. Enough of us telling you how dangerous Mica Galvao is. Instead, let's show you just how ruthless he can be when in action. In the WNO 22 match against Kenta Iwamoto, Mica put up a dominant display. Here, we see him using his legs to his advantage, putting his opponent in a headlock. He also skillfully defends a potential attack before mounting his opponent.
Trabalhar duro, tem que trabalhar duro aí. Trabalhar forte. Bota pra cima, vamos lá. Vamos.
Squaring up against Andy Murazaki in the 2024 IBJJF European Championship, Mica appears to be in trouble. We can see Murazaki standing over him and trying to kill off the match, but Mica turns it around. At one point, while trying to turn over in an attempt to catch Andy in an arm lock, it appears as if Mica had run into trouble, but like the talented grappler he is, he escapes and pins the arm of his opponent. Andy is then left with no option but to tap. Here, Mica once again attacks the arm of his opponent. He knows how to isolate his opponent's arm from his body. locks in to execute the armbar quickly and forces his opponent to tap. If you're going against Mica, you definitely need to watch out for this, or soon he will have you in an armbar.
Here in the last seconds. Tolo look at his step around and try to go for a counter. But Mica Galvao as the clock winds down.
In the 2022 World Championship match against Ruotolo, Mica Galvao takes on the defensive position as Ruotolo attempts to mount him. Instead, Galvao wraps his leg around Ruotolo's waist. In an attempt to free his waist from Galvao's grip, Ruotolo miscalculated and exposed his arms, and immediately Galvao took advantage of it. Mica grabs his hand before performing an armbar on his opponent, a move he sustains until the fight is over.
On what submissions to really go for. And here we see a heel hook attempt. Will this be it? It looks tight. Hinano is doing what he can to extract his knee.
Mica Galvao at the ADCC World Championship 2022 took on Renato Canuto. Renato had just slipped out of a headlock with Galvao scoring a point. Getting back on the mat, Renato was desperate to score a point, and in an attempt to quickly grab Galvao's hand, he opens himself to an attack. And Mica Galvao not only recognizes this, he makes it count. He quickly rolls into position, taking with him Renato's arm as he smoothly executes an armbar.
He's number one, so be interesting to see, how he performs. Mica jumps to the close guard, looks for a leg of J-Rod, now uses the opportunity to get to the top position.
That's what I mean right there.
Here, Galvao takes on J-Rod. After an unsuccessful arm grab, Mica Galvao jumps in close guard, targets one of J-Rod's legs, and goes on top of it. With this, we can see how quick Galvao is on the mat. When grappling against him, you don't want to make any mistakes as he will punish you. In this scenario, we see Galvao quickly flip over his opponent to perform a coyote armbar. Galvao not only successfully performs a technique, but he also makes it look so easy. If there is one grappler you don't want to expose your arms around when fighting with him, it's Mica Galvao. Galvao appears to have mastered the armbar technique. In this clip, we see Galvao as a brown belt submitting a black belt in less than a minute by simply attacking his arm. The technique works so well, our black belt is forced to tap so he doesn't get injured. By now, we all know how dangerous Mica is with the armbar, but it appears his opponent here didn't know that. In a matter of seconds, Mica Galvao executed an armbar in this fight, and worse off, his opponent refused to tap, which resulted in his arm getting injured.
Foot sweep again by... There's that arm lock.
Beautiful flying armbar attempt by Mica Galvao, gets the arm, and he's got it, and he gets a submission. Mica Galvao.
One thing is sure, if you let him have your arms, Mica Galvao will submit you. Just take a look at how easily he executes a flying overhook armbar. It all happens so fast that his opponent can't even react. As you can see, Mica Galvao is a really dangerous opponent to go up against. He not only is fast, he has got enough techniques to kill a match. Mica is back on the mat after his one-year ban, and the signs are already very promising for the grappler. We expect that in the years to come, he will continue to remain a dominant figure in BJJ. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.